Well, it just keeps getting crazier. So just imagine this. You buy or lease a new car, you take it home, you're so excited, you don't sleep that first night because you can't wait to drive it the next day, and you have it for a couple thousand miles, and it ends up completely breaking down on you three separate times, downright bricking on you, only to find out that the thing that was supposed to fix it now has completely rendered the thing dead, and it could take months to get the car back on the road. We're going to talk about that. Also, how Stellantis and Dodge got to this point, and I'm going to show you they are not happy. The people, the Dodge Daytona owners, are not, many of them are not happy about us exposing this, which, as you know, if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, that just fuels me more because that means we're getting to them. And when I say getting to them, I mean we're helping them. We're helping illuminate this situation for Dodge to invest more time and energy, because the way they can shut me up, the way they can shut TK up, Butter, and all the other YouTubers that are watching this stuff happen to probably very nice and good people who spent hard-earned money on these cars, would be to fix the damn cars. But for some reason, they can't get things worked out, and I'm going to show you a little reminder on how we got where we are today. All right, so let me show you a new one, a recent one that just today. So literally I did a video a couple of days ago. By the way, I did take a couple days off because I was blessed with the opportunity to experience food poisoning first time in about 4 years and lay in bed for a solid 24 and or maybe 36 hours. So if you want a weight loss recommendation, go ahead and try that one out for size. It's a lot of fun. So it's really good to be back and pumping videos out like I did yesterday. Go check those out. But we're back. And just in the time that I've been down and getting back up here, more of these cars are going down and more harsher situations are taking place. Let me show you this. This is crazy. And then we're going to talk about how we, when I say we, I mean how Stellantis and Dodge were able to drag everyone into their horrible decisions that were made by Carlos. But one decision, I believe, was the one that led to this thing being the colossal failure, or let's just call it the colossal piece of shit that it is today. Let's go over here and let me show you. This is the forum where I know that I'm getting blocked by some of the people in these groups, but nonetheless, because I'll see that TK will be able to see something I can't see, and some posts will show up that he's got that I don't got in our private group. So, you know, it is what it is, but it's interesting because they don't want us to know, yet us knowing illuminates the problem. Illuminating the problem puts pressure on Dodge. Pressure on Dodge could help, I would think. Certainly wouldn't hurt. Not that my channel for sure is not big enough to sway an enormous global automaker. But you know what? I know we irritate him, and I know nothing would make him happier than to have this thing behind them and shut us up. But for some reason, they haven't caught on yet that they're living with the decisions of the past. But let's read this one. That's just terrible. Terrible. This is just 12 hours ago. And as of right now, it's Sunday, May 25th at 7:30 p.m. So this was this morning he posted this up here. Well, here is the sad story. After 3 bricking episodes and 2,300 miles later, the car totally shut down after hassling with Dodge to get a competent tow truck driver, and believe me, it wasn't easy. The car finally got towed to the dealership that I leased the car from. Keep in mind that the towing warranty stipulates, this is something everybody should know, that it will be towed to the closest dealership. I really had to fight to get this car towed to the dealership that the car came from at a cost to me of $64, down from $311 that they wanted. As you can see, the car has to be towed with wooden blocks, sleds, after getting the car to the dealership, meaning this thing was completely locked up, most likely. The service representative did a diagnostic test on the computer and found 36 error codes. Yes, I said 36. This is not an update. This is a complete computer failure. I'm waiting to hear the results next Tuesday. So TK shared on his video, I think he's talking to this gentleman. He got more information that what they're telling him, allegedly, I don't have, this is just what I'm hearing out there, that it could be 3 to 4 months before they can repair the computer or the CPU or whatever the hell it is that has completely rendered this car dead in the water, not to be moved again. It is now a drag car, and not the drag car that we like that goes down the drag strip. This means they have to drag this car around on sleds to get it anywhere because it is a complete piece of crap that's been bricked. And here's the deal. 3 bricking episodes, and this car has been updated apparently, and it was after that update, allegedly, what I've been told, is that's when this thing went down in flames. So after 3, and I don't mean it in flames, aren't we lucky none of these have burst into flames yet? Let's just stop for a minute and just take a moment and reflect that that's something we thought was going to happen, but good work, Dodge. At least you didn't build a Roman candle and sell it to us. Instead, you just sold a gigantic cinder block. So I think bricks being just too nice at this point. So bottom line, that's the disaster that we're hearing this gentleman's going through. And I feel for the guy. I mean, look at what a nice looking car that is. Even on the tow truck, doesn't it look good? I know some of you hate it, but the thing actually looks good, even on the tow truck. Man, I mean, just think of an idea. Like, what could we do to solve this? Like, I don't know. Put an engine in it, Dodge. Maybe try that. I've had my Scat Pack now 25,000 miles, 2 years, and 0 issues other than a loose starter bolt that came from the factory. So it wasn't anything to do with the actual, quality of the car. It was just somebody who didn't tighten up the damn bolt. So 25,000 miles, not a single problem with my Hemi car. So those of you who like to rag on Dodge, in general, I'm sorry, not a single problem. And my other 8 Dodges, no problems. So that's what's happening there. But let me show you the anger that's going on, the vitriol that's out there. This guy got his windows tinted so that nobody can see him when he's sitting in there crying with all the check engine lights on waiting for the tow truck. Jimmy, I'm pulling for you. All right, let's go. Let me show you the, yeah, this is it. They are mad. So Peter says, somewhere right now there's a hater looking at your post like this. I can't help but to take that personally because, yeah, that's where they're at. They cannot stand that we're talking about this car. They think we're just hating on it. Hell yeah, they are. Hate us because they ain't us. Yep, we hate you because we aren't stuck on the side of the road riding in a flatbed back to the shop for the 3rd or 4th time. We definitely hate you because we ain't you. You got us. You caught us, but they are everywhere. I like the car. I wish the car ran. Even though it's an EV, I wish the damn thing would work. I wish it would. So nobody would have these problems. And with these great lease deals, holy moly. I mean, what a deal it would be. But nonetheless, as long as they still bring out a Hemi at some point and get these 6-packs on the road. So yeah, they're salty, and it's everywhere. You go to the forums, they talk about me, they talk about TK, talk about Butter, and they are just nasty how they malign us. But just since I went down this last couple days, I come back to see a new one, another one. This was 19 hours ago. Service transmission continue in drive. Do not shift or turn engine off. Just stay in that thing and leave it on forever. Like, look at this. This guy did the sticker. I think it looks great. Great job, Mario. No comment here. No comment. Oh, jeez. All right. Sorry, folks. Look at this guy. Nice day for a drive in this dumpster fire. This is in the forums for. Oh my gosh! All right, let's go. All right, so this is Tim. I have found a great use for the frunk. Twisted tees. This is masculinity. I'm hitting on a whole new level, folks, isn't it? Oh, go Tim. Go Tim. All right, let's go here. This guy can't unlock from a charging station. Let me show you. And then right when all this is happening, this is the IQ test. Picked up this new Scat Pack lease today. So you can see all the people having problems and still they still go and do it. I mean, talk about walking right into a wood chipper, just diving into it, looking for a peanut butter cup or something. I mean, come on. All right, here's another one. Just 6 hours ago. Just got it back yesterday after bricking last Sunday. Now it's throwing this. So when it went in, let's assume it went in and it got the update. And here you go. Service electric vehicle system. Could you imagine having a new car, 1,285 miles? And this is the lobster that everybody talks about. And wham, here you go. You get the lobster right after you drive away. I mean, and Brando was one of the comments earlier hoping that his was going to be okay. Remember? I got mine. Yeah, he was in a comment in one of my last videos said, I think he said he just got his updated. Correct me if I'm wrong. And he's hoping for the best. Well, here we go. Unfortunately, the best did not come. So, and here's another one. 2 hours ago. Well, I got the brick issue resolved a week ago. And today, the dash cluster won't come on. Car still drives, but no power coming into the screen. Also, the blind spot warning lights on the mirrors are staying on. Maybe there's ghosts there. Anyone else experiencing this? I mean, I'm sorry. You know what? It's hard to watch. It's also kind of funny. It's kind of funny because it's so insane. I feel for the people though, but it's just funny because it's like, come on, Dodge. Like you built this, you put all this money into making this thing look nice. And it's just a piece of crap. So now let me show you how we got here. How did we get here? Well, let's go back down memory lane. Remember this? Remember when Carlos Tavares was on his mass layoff tear and cutting everything back everywhere? And he decided to start laying off engineers and replacing them with engineers in Brazil, India. I think there's another article that said Morocco, because they were going to save money. People were guesstimating here that the average engineer in America is probably around $150,000. Going to Brazil, India, Morocco was around $50,000. And in this article said even very likely even less, but let's say Brazil and India, they can get them for $53,000 to cut costs. So Stellantis hired from these places to cut the costs. The equivalent in America was $150,000 to $200,000. The strategy is focusing on reducing spend to drive vehicle prices down and better compete with Chinese automakers. But the outcome is what we're seeing right now. Now they believe in this article that $53,000 is probably what they were going to pay for the much cheaper ones, but they're saying potentially even less. So that was the motivation. Let's call that greed, not necessity, because for the most part, they're not competing in a big way with Chinese EVs at this point, but they were thinking ahead, right? Well, thinking ahead has got them where they're at this point. So their decision to get rid of all the engineers, and I'm going to assume in that mix is software engineers, led them to the place to where they're getting faulty software, horrible software updates. It looks like in some cases the updates are potentially making things even worse than they already are. And all this goes right back to Carlos Tavares, who made these greed level decisions to achieve his humongous bonuses, only leading to this disaster. But I do want to recognize one comment that I got back when I was reporting on this, when I was sharing this story back in 2024. And I had shared that they are going to rue the day. I said it. You can go watch my video back then. They're going to rue the day they made this decision because they're going to get less for paying less. Well, there was one comment, maybe even two comments, that stopped me on my tracks and made me think, are we this stupid in the world today? And it made me question, that maybe we were devolving as a species. Maybe we were on our way out as a species. Maybe we were close to finally just calling it a day and becoming extinct. Because if this is the brain power that's traveling out there with human DNA, then we are in deep trouble. And here's what he said. He said, Brad, you don't understand the global economic forces at play or the your lack of education and intelligence and business acumen and everything else. What you don't understand is a $50,000 engineer in Brazil or India or Morocco is equally as qualified, equally as smart as the $150,000, $200,000 engineer in the US. And I remember thinking, should I go and just engage him? And I don't remember if I did, but I remember thinking, this person's going to believe that no matter what I say, because this is the type of person that knows everything. But I know in business that you get what you pay for. And I can tell you to tell me this, or the notion that a $50,000 engineer from Brazil has nothing to do with them being from Brazil. I believe that the experience level from somebody that's achieved a place to where they were getting $150,000 to $200,000 means that they had not only the education to be called an engineer, but the experience working on cars, working with Dodge, let's just say working with EVs, to where this wouldn't have been their first rodeo. It wouldn't have been them learning on a brand new product. And it wouldn't be a risk because these people were already established as high quality, well paid, very smart employees that had led us to the place we were with our Hemi cars that were actually pretty damn reliable when you think about it. Compared to this thing, they were the most reliable car in the world. So to try and say that somebody in Brazil is the same as somebody here making $150,000, $200,000 a year is assuming these people making $150,000, $200,000 a year weren't in those jobs for 20 years and becoming really good at knowing how to build great cars, great software, and make these cars run reliably. Maybe not the best, but at least they would be reliable. So now Stellantis gets to sit back and hopefully I heard maybe they brought back some of the engineers, but figure out how to solve these software issues and now hardware issues most likely with the cheapest employees in other countries because Carlos Tavares had an idea. So let me know what you think about all this, folks. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.